Good evening. In previous session, we have seen the concept of finally block, and we have seen various cases in try. Next one is except. Next one is else, and finally different type of cases we have seen in those blocks. How the control flow is going to be done. Now we are going to see nested try in this session. What is that? Nested try. So what is meant by a nested try? Nested means directly we can say that a try inside another try is called as a nested try. So till now we have seen what? Only I have taken single try block. For that try block, I am going to write some statements. After that, I have taken multiple except blocks I have taken. Okay. So multiple except blocks we have seen. And after that, we have seen some else case. So not else case, else block. After that, we have seen finally. So all these cases we have seen in the previous session. So how the control flow is going to be, how the control is going to be flowed in these blocks. So now the concept is nested try. Nested try means a try inside another try is called as a nested try. That is, so if I'm going to consider a single try here, so for this try we can have at least, not at least, we will have minimum of one except block, or we can have directly final also, there is no problem. But now the concept is, if you are going to try, if you are going to write a try block, for that we are going to write a except block. Now if you are going to write try block inside another try, this is called as nested try. For this nested try, I am going to write some statements. For this try, I am going to have except block here itself. Okay, now see, this is the try out. Let us consider it as a outer try. For outer try, I am having outer except. So this is what inner try. For this inner try, I am having inner except. So if you want to have multiple except blocks inside your try block, that means what? For a nested try, if you want to have multiple except blocks, we can have. For the outer try, if you want to have multiple except blocks, we can have here. Okay, and also we can have finally block also inside the try. So we will see all these cases now. So first let us see what is meant by a nested try. So if you are going to consider a try, generally what we are going to write inside a try? So wherever there is a chance of having an exception, the type of code is going to be written inside a try block. So what about nested try? When we have to go for a nested try, that means whenever we are having too much risky, that means we can say this is a risky code. For example, this is a risky code, and if you are having too much risky code, that type of code is going to be written inside a inner try. That is, for example, I am going to take one small example. So this is a shopping mall. Here, this is one entrance. So these are the movie cinema halls. For example, these are the two screens we are having, screen 1 and screen 2. So these are remaining, all are, we are having different type of shops we are going to have. Let us consider here. So if you are going to, if you want to enter into this one, here what is going to be happen? A security check is going to be done. That means here there is a chance of having a risk. So that here security guard is going to check. This is first try. Okay, checking is what? First try. First checking is going to be happen here. Next, after that, if he is going to any shop, there will be no chance of having any checking here generally. Okay, but whenever he is going to enter into a movie hall, once again he is going to check. One more security will be there near the screen, and he is going to check once again. That means why he is going to check here? Because he is going to stay here for so much time. There is a chance of doing some activities inside. If he is going to take some more, let us consider he is bringing some what we can say, iron material, for example, iron material. So here what happens? He is going to check. So as he is going to see it as iron material, he is going to leave him. So he will go inside. While he is going to enter into movie hall, here once again he is going to check. That means what? Iron material is a risky material. Okay, here he has left it as it is not such important or such not risky in this first block. So whenever he is going to cinema hall, for example, there he is going to check once again. Why he is going to check once again? There may be a chance of, because here there are many shops are there, for example. Otherwise leave this example. Let us take he is going to enter cinema hall. Here they are going to check once here. There is no problem here, so they are going to allow him. So here some shops are there. He bought something. That particular person bought something from these shops, and he is going to enter into this cinema hall. Again, he is going to check. We are going to check here. What is the reason why we are going to check here? There is a chance of having once again an error. Okay, so that we are going to check twice. When we are going to check, if there is any risky code, generally we are going to write it in a try block. When there is a too much risky code, that time we are going to write that one in a nested try. Just remember this one. Try inside try is called as a nested try. When we are going to use this nested try, when there is a too much risky code in your program, that type of code has to be written inside a nested try. So already I have shown you the syntax. Just once again I will going to write one small syntax here. Try block is there. This is, let us consider this one as an outer try. Inside this try block, I am going to write one more try. Okay, so for this try I am going to write except some exception name here I am going to write. Next, second except block for inner try. Next, after this I am going to write finally. So this finally is for what? For inner try only. Next, here I am going to write except block. This except block is for what? Try. So here let us try some exception is there. And next, one more except block I am going to write. This is for what? Outer try. And finally I am going to write last. So now observe the case here. If there is any exception raised here, it will go to which except block? It will go to this except block. If that corresponding except block is matched, this particular except block is going to be executed. If this except block is not matched, it will go to next except block to check whether it is a corresponding except block or not. Okay, that is the case. For example, here I have written some statements, and here I have written some statements. These statement belongs to whom? Outer try. These statements belongs to whom? Outer try. So whenever there is a chance of getting an exception in the outer try, then the control jumps out here. It will go to this except block, not to this except block. Okay, so here if the it is a corresponding except block for this exception, for example, so that it will handle. If it is not the case, it will go to next except block, and so on. So this is about basics of the try block, nested try. So now see, I'm going to start an example, so that after completing the basic example, I will go to different cases, and I will show you what are the different cases that can be happen when we are going to use nested try, so that we can understand clearly. There is no problem. Right. First program I'm going to consider. So here, what is the concept we are seeing? Nested try. First I will write a outer try. This is outer try. Just here I want to write one statement that print of outer try, because it represents what? Outer try. Outer try I have written. Next, here I want to write one more try here. That is what? It is a nested try. In this I want to print as a nested try. So nested try, or we can also write inner try. Inner try, for example. Right. So I have taken one statement in outer try and one statement in inner try. Now I am going to raise an exception here. That means here there is a chance of getting an exception. Now observe here, where there is a chance of getting an exception? In inner try. For that inner try, we can write some except blocks. So here we are going to write except block. Which type of error we are going to get? We are going to get an zero division error. So that I am going to handle that one by writing zero division error. So this particular except block is going to handle that exception. So here I will write print of inner except block. Inner except block. See, one point we have to understand. Every time when I'm going to take these except blocks, I'm writing some print statements only. But generally in our real time, we will not write the print statements. We will write some handling technique. Okay. Right. Now this is about what? Except block, inner except block. Now I want to write a finally block here. So this is which finally block? Nested finally. This is for nested try. So just I want to write it as a inner finally. Okay, this is inner finally. Now for outer I want to write something. So for outer I want to write except. So where it has to be? It has to be here. Just I am going to write except print of. This is for what? Outer except. This is outer except block. Right. Now see. Now here I want to write directly finally. Finally. So here I will print of. This is what? Outer finally only. So outer finally block. So observe the case here. What I have written. This is try. For this try we are having this except block and this finally block. Okay. Next I have written inner try. That means try inside a try I have written. Inside that try I have written some statements. For this try I am having one except block, and for this try I am having some finally here. We can also take else case also, but as this is a basic program I am not going to take else here. Just I am going to take except and finally for inner try. Now if I execute this program, for example, if I execute this program, what happens? 1 minute. Okay, if I execute this program, so first the statement is going to be executed as what? Outer try. After that it is going to enter into inner try. Again here what happens? It is going to print inner try. After that we are going to get an exception. Which type of exception we are going to get? We are going to get a zero division error. So that after this try, this is inner try, so it will go to where? Inner except block only first. So it will go to here. Is it the corresponding exception class except block for the raised exception here? Yes, it is the corresponding except block for the raised exception. So it will come here. Whatever the handling technique I have written inside this block, we are going to that is going to be executed. Just that means here inner except block is going to be executed. After that, in any case, finally is going to be executed. So that inner finally will executed. Now, will this except block will be executed or not? No, because inside this try, is there any exception is remaining? There is no exception remaining. That means this exception is raised here, and it is handled by this one, this except block. So there is no exception remaining here, so that we are not going to enter into this except block. So finally is common, whether there is an exception, if there is no exception, if whether exception is handled, if the exception is not handled, finally block is going to be executed. So now I will execute this program. So observe this, what happens? Outer try, okay. Inner try, okay. Next inner except block, yes. After that inner finally and outer finally. It will not execute because there is no exception in this try. So we are not going into except block. So we are going to get this type of output. Now let us consider one more case. That case is, so what we have seen here, if exception is raised in inner try, then inner except block is responsible to handle. So here that is the case. Okay, it is handled. Now next case is, let us sorry, 1 minute. Let us consider there is no concept of except block. There is no concept of except block for the inner try. Then what happens? It will be handled by which except block? That means if it is unavailable, that is unable to handle, if inner except block is unable to handle, then outer except block is responsible to handle it. That is, so let us take here except block, but I don't want to take zero addition error, just sorry, zero division error. Just I will take value error, for example. Okay, here just I have printed some empty brackets, or just I will print some inner except. Okay, now observe here carefully. So here we are going to get an exception inside a inner try. Now what happens? It will check for a corresponding zero division error except block. Is there any zero division error except block? Not there. So that what happens, exception is not handled here. We have to understand this one. Exception is not handled. Anyway, if exception is not handled also, finally is going to be executed. Now see, in this try, is the exception is handled or not? The exception is not handled. That means some exception is there inside this try. If there is any exception inside this try, then what happens? It will go to this except. Okay, so this except is what? This except is a default, so that it will come here and it is going to execute what? Outer except block. There is no problem. Okay, once again I'm repeating the same thing. Here one exception is raised, so that means what? In inner try an exception is raised here, so that it will check for a corresponding except block inside this try. That means here it will check, is there any corresponding except block or not? Is there any except block here? There is no except block, because it is belonging to value error. As we are going to get what here? We are going to get zero division error, so it is not a corresponding. That means this error is, or this exception is not handled inside this try. If it is not handled inside this try, that means what? There is an exception in this try block. In this try block we are having now, because whenever we are going to get the exception, we will jump out of this one. That means the exception is available inside the outer try. If there is an exception in outer try, who will handle it? Outer exception. So it will come to here. Which type of exception is raised inside this try block? Zero division error. So can it handle that? Yes, it can handle that. Reason is it is a default except block. Okay, it can handle any type of exception. So there is no problem. Outer except block is going to be printed, and outer finally is going to be printed. So once I will execute this one, so see, so the scenario I will execute, see the output once: outer try, inner finally, outer except block, and outer finally block. So now listen carefully, I will explain clearly. So see, this is the statement which is going to be printed, as there is no problem, because there is no exception there, it will be printed. So we have entered into try, so inner try is going to be printed. Next, here there is an exception, so what happens? It will jump out of the try block. It is going to jump out of the try block, means it is outside the inner try block, which is nothing but it is present inside the outer try. When it is coming out of the try block, inner try means it is available in outer try now. Now see, it will check here, is it the corresponding except block for this exception? No. Next, so as there is no any other except block, it will go to finally and it will execute here. Now observe that in this is all belonging to whom? Try block only, this try block only. There is an exception here. Which type of exception it is? Zero division error. If there is any exception in this try, who has to handle it? This exception block or outer except blocks. Okay, so here, as this is a default except block, this is going to be executed. After that, anyway, finally is going to be executed. So what is the answer now? Outer try, inner finally, in outer except block, and outer finally block. So that is the output we got here. You can observe that. Okay, so this is about a small example. If the exception is not going to be handled by inner except blocks, then it can be handled by outer except block. Let us consider next case. If here also there is no corresponding except block, so what happens here? So as we are having exception here, it will go to inner except block. If inner except block is not going to handle that, it will come to outer except block. And here, is there any zero division error except block? Not there. Is there any default except block? Not there. Then automatically what happens? This here also the exception is not handled by our except block. Then if no one is going to handle the except block in your program, then automatically default exception handler is going to handle it. That means the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Okay, now let us see this example. So what happens? The program is going to be terminated abnormally because no one has handled it. So that we are going to get what? The program is going to get an error. Right. So what is the point here? We have to understand, if the exception is not handled by the inner except or inner except blocks, then outer except block can handle it. I will not say will handle it, can handle it. Because here what happens here, is it can I say will means what? It has to handle, but it is what? It is a value error here. I cannot handle here. That means if there is any exception raised inside the inner try, it will go to inner except. If it is not going to handle that exception, it will come back to outer except block. If it can accept, if it can handle that, it will handle that. Okay, right? This is the important point we have to understand. Now let us go to different cases. This is a very important example now what I am going to take here. So we have to understand every point here, because I'm going to tell nearly 15 to 16 cases for the same example. So we have to understand, you have to understand clearly. So what is the concept now I am going to discuss is control flow inside a nested try. The concept is control flow in nested try. Okay, just I will take one example. In that I will take some statement 1, statement 2, and so on. Right. First outer try I am going to write. In this outer try I am going to take two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. Okay, right. Statement 1 and statement 2 here I am going to take. These two statements belongs to outer try. Now I want to take nested try here, so I am going to take a nested try here. In this I want to take one statement. Okay, here also let us take two statements, statement 3 and statement 4. Now for this try I want to write only one except block, that is except. Here I will write only one statement, sorry. Okay, now see here, just I will write statement 5. After this I will write a finally block for inner try. So finally block. Here I am going to print statement 6. So this is about inner try, inner except, and inner finally. Now observe carefully. I am going to write one statement. Print of statement 7 I am going to write. Observe this one. This is not, it is not belonging to finally, it is not belonging to except, it is not belonging to try. But see, these two statements belongs to what? Outer try. And this statement also belongs to outer try only. Okay, next. Completed. Try is completed. Now I want to write except for outer try. Except. So just here I am taking what? Default case, that is default except block I am going to take. Now here I will take statement 8. Next, last one. Finally I will take here, in this the statement 9 I am going to take, and finally one more statement I am going to take. This is statement 10. So totally how many statements I have taken here? 10 statements I have taken here. First you have to understand what are the statements that are present inside a try, inside a nested try, inside a inner except, inside a inner finally, and so on. So observe, first I will make you clear about that. See, these two statement belongs to outer try. Okay, right. These two statements belongs to inner try. Okay, next, this is the statement that belongs to inner except. Next, this is a statement belongs to inner finally. Now this is a statement belongs to outer try. Outer try. This is for outer except, and this is what it is. This is belonging to outer finally. And last one, this is not belonging to any try, any except, or any finally. It is belonging to main. That is not, it is separate. It is out of all statements. That means what, it is external thing. It is not going to belong to any try, except, and finally. Okay. Now this is the case. First we have to understand this one. So later I will go to all different cases. Okay. Yes. Now first case. First case, generally what I will take, if there is no exceptions in this program. Is there any exception now in this program? There is no exception. Now what all these statements that are going to be printed? Now first it will come here. So the statement will be printed. Next statement 2 will be printed. Next it will come to a third statement, fourth statement. Will we go to except block? No. When we will go to except block, if there is any exception only, we will go to this except block. So we are not going to this one. Next it will come to this finally block. So it will be executed. After that, it will execute this statement. Will we go to any except block here? No, because there is no exception here. Next we will go to what? Finally. Next we are going for statement 10. What are the statements that are going to be executed? 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is 6, 7, 9, and 10. These are the statements that is going to be printed if we are not going to have any type of exceptions in our program, in this program. Now observe the output. Sorry, just I will write the output here. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Next one is 7. Next one 9 and 10. So let us see this one. Okay, see here. So what is the output we are going to get? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 we got here. Next 6, 7, 9, 10. 6, 7, 9, 10. If there is no exception. Okay. Now let us go back to the same program and I will take different case. Second case I am going to take. Okay. Now see. That second case is if there is an exception at statement 2. Okay. If there is an exception at statement 2, that means here let us take one small exception. Okay, I am going to comment this one. Right here, just I will raise one exception. Now observe here, if I raise an exception here, what happens? Is there any except block here? If I am raising here, what happens? This is in which block? Outer try. For this outer try, where is the except block for outer try? This is entirely outer try. This is except block. That means first what happens here? The statement is going to be printed. Statement 1 is going to be printed. After that, here there is an exception. It will come out of the outer try. That means here it will come out here. Is this except block can handle this one or not? Yes, it can handle this 10 by 0. So answer is what? Statement 8. So observe one thing. Here we have written finally, but when we will go to this finally, if we go to this try only, we will go to this finally. Did we enter into this try? We have not entered into this try. So will we enter into this finally? We are not going to enter into this finally. So from here directly I came out of this try block. That means I went to except block. So here what happens? Statement 8 is going to be printed, and here we are having what? Statement 9. And finally we are going to get what? Statement 10. Because the exception is handled here, there is no problem. So we got answer as what? 1, 8, 9 and 10. The output of this case is what? 1, 8 and 9, 10. So just I will write here output 1, 8, 9 and 10. Let us see the output for this program. So see, so what is the answer we got? 1, 8 and 1, 8, 9, 10. Right. Now the case is next case. I will go to next case. That case is here I have handled that one. Now let us consider if the exception is raised here itself, but there is no corresponding except block. That means there is no except block which is going to handle this type of exception. So just what is the exception there we have? We are having what? Zero division error. Now here I am making it is a value error. So what is the output? Sorry, what is the except block we require here, we require zero division error. Is there any zero division error except block here? Not there. Then what happens? Automatically the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Now just I will explain this program now. Now see here, statement 1 will be executed. Next case, is there any exception here? Yes, there is an exception in outer try. So from here it will jump out of the try block, it will come here and it will check for this except block. Is it a corresponding exception except block? No, it is not corresponding except block. It is going to check, is there any other except block or not? Is there any except block? Not there. So directly it will go to where? Statement 9, and it is going to finally, and it will print statement 9. And after that, what happens? As the exception is not handled in our program, the program is going to be terminated abnormally. That means whenever I am saying abnormally, we are going to get an error. Okay, now see what is the statements that are going to be printed here? 1 and 9, and the program is going to be terminated abnormally by showing an error. Now see what is the output? 1 and 9. Just I will write here 1 and 9, and the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Now see the output. We got what? 1 and 9, and the program is terminated abnormally. Okay, this is the third case. Now let us go to next case, that is fourth case, case 4. Here what I am going to do, here the exception is raised in third statement. Let us take here, I have completed. That means what? In outer try, if there is any exception, I have shown you all the cases. Now here I am going to remove the exception here, and I want to make an exception in inner try, that is 10 by 0 for example. So here I am going to comment this statement. Okay, now see here where we are having an exception inside the try block. Let us remove this one. Later we will take whenever it is necessary here. So now if I am going, okay, now the third case is, for example, third case is what? Already third case is completed. Fourth case is what? If the exception is raised at statement 3 here, and the corresponding except block is there. That means what? Here, if there is any exception, the corresponding or some default except block is there, so which can be handled. Now what is the output of this program? Okay, right. So here statement 1 is going to be executed, statement 2 is going to be executed. Next it comes to statement 3. Inside a try, nested try or inner try, there is an exception, so it will jump out of this try block. It will jump out of this try block, and it will check for what? Corresponding except block. Is there any corresponding except block? Not there. Is there any super class for that corresponding except block? Not there. Exception class? Not there. Now so that it will go to what? Default case. There is no problem here. This statement is going to be printed. Now exception is raised and it is handled. The program will not terminate abnormally. See the case here. Whenever an exception is raised and if it is handled in any case, the program will be terminated normally. So it is printed anyway, finally will be printed. This is printed, and we are not going to this one because there is no error in this try block. Next, finally this is going to print it, and this is going to print it. So what are the statements we are going to have? 1, 2, 5. Next one is what? 6, 7, 9, and 10. This will be the output of our program. Now let us execute this program now. So what is the output? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, the program is terminated abnormally. When the program is not going to be terminated normally, whenever we are going to have an exception, and if it is handled, then the program will be terminated normally. Here, is there any error we are going to get? Not there. When we are going to get an error, or when we can say the program is terminated abnormally, means whenever the exception is not handled in our program, then the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Okay, yes. Now next case, same here. Here there is an exception and I don't want to take the except block for that corresponding exception. Just here I will write, sorry, right here I am going to write what? Value error. Here I am going to write what? Value error. Now observe the case. Here I am having some exception is raised here. So automatically it will come out of this try block and it will check for what? It will check for corresponding except block. Is there any corresponding except block for this one? Which type of exception is raised here? Zero division error. Is there any zero division error except block here? It is not there. So this will not be executed and it will check for what corresponding except block is there or not. There is no. That means here I am not handling in our inner try. I am not handling the exception. Then what happens? Automatically there is an exception inside a try block. Then it will be handled by whom? Outer except. So what will be the answer of this program? Output of this program 1 2. Next, here it is not going. Statement 6. Next, this is not going to be executed anyway. So by this only we got an exception. Okay, right now it will not be executed. Next one, statement 8, statement 9, and statement 10. See, observe the case here. What happens here? Sorry, once again I will repeat by clearing this screen. Right. See, observe the case here. What happens? Statement 1 is printed, statement 2 is printed, and now here there is an exception. So in inner try there is an exception. So we will come outside of that inner try and I will check for an except block which is corresponding to that exception. Is there any except block related to that exception? Not there. So what happens? Here the exception is not handled. So anyway, exception is handled or not handled, this one will be executed. So now what happens? Try is completed. Here one statement is there. This will not be executed because exception is raised here inside a try block. This try. Now automatically we will jump out from here. So it will check, is there any corresponding except block? Is there or not? Is it the corresponding except block? No. Anyway, it is a default except block which can handle any type of exception. So this will be executed. Anyway, the exception is handled. Finally will be executed and this 10 will be executed. What is the output? 1 2. After that we got 6 8 9 and 10. Okay, when we will get this output? If the exception is raised at statement 3 here and the corresponding inner except block is not available and corresponding outer except block is available here, so this will be the output. Now just see the output. So what we got? 1 2 6 8 9 10. Okay, this is one case. Now the next case is here I will not have, I am not going to take any except block here. There is corresponding except block I am not going to take. Now observe this case. In this case, what happens? Inner except block, there is no handling technique. Now this here, this is going to be executed. This is going to be executed. Next here, there is an exception. So it will come outside of this try block. Is it matching? It is not matching. So anyway, this will be executed. 1 is executed, 2 is executed, and 6 is executed. Now there is an exception, so it will not print this one. When the statement will be printed, if the exception inside a try block is handled by inner try, then the statement will be executed. But here it is not handling, this except block is not handling this exception. So what happens? It will execute finally. After that, it will come out of this try block. And what happens here? It will check for this except block. Is it a corresponding except block for this exception? No. So this will not be executed. Anyway, is there any other except block here? There is no except block. Corresponding except block is not there. Default except block is not there. Superclass except class is also not there. Except block is also not there. Now, exception is not handled here. Anyway, finally will be executed and statement 10 will not be executed. When statement 10 is going to be executed, if the exception raised in outer try is handled, then the statement will be executed. In the same way, when the statement is going to be executed, statement 7, if the inner try is going to have any exception, if it is handled by this one, or if there is no exception in inner try, then this statement is going to be executed. Now here what happens? There is an exception in inner try and it is not handled by inner except. So it will go to where? Outer except. In outer except, is it handling? It is not handling. That means anyway the exception is not handled by inner exception or outer exception, sorry, outer inner except block or outer except block. So automatically the program will be terminated abnormally. Anyway, this finally will be executed here and the program will be terminated abnormally. Now let us see the output of this program. So see, what is the output? 1269 and the program is terminated abnormally. Okay, this is one case. Now let us go to next case here. Okay, right. Now this case is, if the except block, sorry, if the exception is raised at statement 5, I am going to take at statement 5. Here just I will make this one as a correct statement, because now see, first I have completed in outer try and inner try. Now I'm coming for what? Except block. Here there is an exception. 10 by 0 I'm going to take. Which type of exception we are going to get here? I'm going to get 0 division error here. Now observe. Now here I will show you the flow, how the flow is going to be executed, how the flow goes. So statement 1 executed, statement 2 is going to execute, next statement 3 no problem, statement 4 no problem. Will we go to except block or not? Am I going to this except block now? I am not going. When I will go, if there is any except inside this try, I will go to this except block. So there is no problem. The exception is not going to be raised here. So statement 6, statement 7, are we going to this except block? No. Next, finally, and this one. So what will be the output of this program? 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is 6, 7, 9, and 10. Program is terminated normally, not abnormally, because there is no exception raised here. You may think that, sir, here there is an exception. There is an exception if we execute that one. But am I executing that one? The statement is not executed. So it is not going to be, we are not going to get any exception here. If there is no exception, is there any necessary of talking how to handle it? There is no necessary. It is not necessary. Now observe the output. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and the program is terminated normally without any errors. Okay, this is one case. Now next case I am going to show you, that is, now I want to come to this value error. That means just I will place here 0 division error. I will place here 0 division error. I'm going to place. Now what happens? If any exception is raised inside a try block, then we are going to come to this particular except block. Now I'm going to show you that one. Now here I will make an exception. 10 by 0 I'm going to write here. Now observe. Now what happens here? There is an exception inside this try, so that I'm coming to this except block, and here there is an exception. Now observe carefully. So statement 1 will be executed, statement 2 will be executed. Next, in this case, what happens? There is an exception. So we will come out of this try block and check for a corresponding except block. There is a corresponding except block is there. So here also what happens? Once again, there is an exception here. So which type of exception is going to be raised here? 10 by 0, which is nothing but 0 division error here. So what happens here? There is an exception here. Observe that here there is an exception anyway. Before that, we are going to execute statement 6 also. Now if there is any exception inside the outer try, what happens? It will go to outer except block. And is it exact match or not? It is not exact match. So that the exception is not handled here. So what is the output of this program? 6 will be printed and finally block will be printed anyway. And what is the output? 1, 2, 6, and 9. And the program is terminated abnormally because the exception is not handled here. Okay, now see. So 1, 2, 6, 9, and the program is terminated abnormally. Now I will take the same case, just I will modify the one except block here. That is, here there is a handling technique. Here we are having one except block which is going to match. So statement 1, statement 2, there is an exception. it will go to except block. So here it is handling. Anyway, here also we got what? Here we are getting an exception. So it will check for what? Is there any except block? For that, it is not there. So what happens here? Here in inner except block, if you are going to get any exception, it will be handled by outer except. So it will come to the outer except. Before going to come to this outer except, it is going to execute statement 6. It will not come to statement 7. So anyway, here the handling technique is there. So statement 8 will be printed. So as the exception is handled, 9 will be executed. Exception is handled or not, anyway 9 will be executed and 10 will be executed because there is no error in outer try. The exception is handled here. So what is the output? 1, 2, and next 6, 8, 9, 10, and the program is terminated normally. Okay, now see the output. So what is that? 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10. This is one case. Okay, now let us consider next case. That case is, here we have taken in statement 3, and now I want to take in statement 5. Oh, sir, already I have taken in statement 5 also. So for statement 5 I have taken 2 cases completed. Now I want to go to statement 6. So let us take here, there is no exception. I'm removing this exception. And here also I'm going to remove this exception. Now I want to create an exception here in statement 6. Here I'm going to write 10 by 0. Once observe that here what happens? Anyway, if there is an exception, if there is no exception, finally block will be executed. So first I will not take any exception in my program. Okay, I will not take any exception here. Directly I will come to here. So what happens here? 1, 2, 3, 4 will be executed. 5 will not be executed. Next, because why statement 5 is not going to be executed? Reason is here there is no exception, so that we will not go to except block. Anyway, we'll come to here. 1 minute. Just I will change it as, I will make it a comment. Okay. Now see, here in finally we are going to have what? We are having an exception here. So whenever there is an exception here, we'll jump out of that block, out of this. See, if there is an exception here, that means what? In this, I am having an exception. In this outer try, I am having an exception. So we will jump out of that try block and it will search for what? Corresponding except block. So as here we are having default, so this will be executed. After that, finally will be executed. After that, statement L is also going to be executed because exception is handled here. So what is the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10, and the program is terminated normally. Okay, now let us execute this program. So what is the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, and the program is terminated normally. Next, the same case I am going to take, and I am going to change this except block. That means what? Here there is no corresponding except block value error I am going to take. So what is the exception we are going to get? Arithmetic exception. Is there any not arithmetic exception, it is a zero division error. Is there any zero division error except block here? Not there. So that what happens? We are going to get the program is going to be terminated abnormally. 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. And next we are coming to where? Here. So there is an exception. We will come out of this try block, and here statement, it will check for what? Is there any except block or not? Is there any except block here? Related except block is there? Not there. So that means what? The exception is not handled here. Anyway, finally will be executed, and the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Okay, right. Now see. So we are going to get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Now, so we can have in many cases, the same example can be taken. That means once I will take exception here, and I will take handling technique here. Anyway, if there is exception here, what happens? Next, here I can have exception, and I will have what? Except block. Anyway, we'll come to here. Then what happens? and so on. We can take many cases for this example only, but I will stop with this case. Next, I will take an exception in statement 7. That means here I am going to take an exception. Just I will remove this one. I will take in statement 7. Now here, if there is an exception, the statement belongs to whom? Outer trie. Is there any relationship between your inner trie and this statement? There is no relationship. Now observe. Now first what happens? Which statement is going to be executed here? Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. There is no exception. Okay. So statement 6, and here there is an exception. Where the statement, it belongs to outer trie. So it will come out of this trie block and it will search for what? It will search for corresponding except block. Is it corresponding except block? It is not corresponding. So that the exception is not handled here. Anyway, this will be printed and this will not be printed. Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, next 6, and next as we are not having an except block, it will go to finally, and the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Why the program is terminating abnormally? Because the exception is not handled here. If the exception is handled, it may be by inner trie or outer, sorry, it may be inner except block or outer except block. We are going to, the program is going to be terminated normally, but here it is not handled. So it is abnormally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. So the program is terminated abnormally. Now I will make what? Next case, I will make it as a default. So now what happens? There is some except block to handle this exception. So what happens? Statement 1 will be printed, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. Now it will come to what? Statement 6. Here there is an exception, it will come out of this one, and this except block is there to handle. It will be printed, and this is going to be printed. As the exception is handled here, what happens? The program is terminated normally. Okay, now observe. So what is the output of this program? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and the program is terminated normally. Okay, yes. The same case can be taken in different ways. That is what? Here, if the exception is there, then we will not go to this exception. Sorry, if there is an exception here, then we will go to this one and we'll come to this one and we'll come to here. There is an exception and this except block is going to be executed. If here there is an exception and there is no except block here, then what happens? It will directly execute. It will come out of this trie block and it will execute finally, and it will come out of this trie block, outer trie, and it will execute except block. Okay, so there may be a different cases, but directly I am not going to discuss every single statement here. So directly I will go to next statement. Okay, that is, if the statement in the statement 7 we have seen 2 cases, we can have multiple cases. What is that? First, just let us write here. If there is an exception, what happens? We will not go to the statement. Here, if there is an exception, okay, then it will come out of the trie block. We will not go to this statement. Next, let us remove this one. If there is an exception here, then what happens? We will come to this except block, and if it is handled, we will come to here and we will go out. Next, if it is not there here, let us take here. When we will come to this exception, if there is any exception here, so there can be, we can take multiple cases for this statement 7 only, but I will not take all those cases. Okay, directly I am going to next one, that is statement 8. If there is an exception in statement 8, when we are going to execute statement 8, if there is any exception, observe carefully, if there is any exception here, I will come to this except block, and if the exception is raised here, and if there is no except block, corresponding except block here, I will come to this except block. In this case also same. Next, come to next statement is what? If there is any exception here, then we will come to this except block. Okay, so in all these cases we will come to this except block. If there is any exception here, is there any handling technique we are having? We are not having. So if you are going to get any exception here, or any exception here, or any exception here, in these 3 cases, the program is going to be terminated abnormally. We are not going to bother about all these 7 statements, but if there is any exception in 8th statement or 9th statement or 10th statement, the program will be terminated abnormally. So just I will take those cases directly and I will execute. So I will make an exception here. In statement 8, I will take an exception. So here there is an exception. So if the statement has to be, if the statement, if you want to execute the statement, we have to come to that except block. So just I will take here 10 by 0. So now observe. Now what happens? So abnormal termination. Reason is what? Here there is an exception. For this exception, we are having except block. Here there is once again there is an exception. Is there any except block or any handling technique? Not there. So the program is terminated abnormally. So anyway, I will remove this here. Just I will write statement 7. Okay. Now I will make same exception here. That is what? 10 by 0 I'm going to place. Where we are going to handle this one? There is no chance. So we are going, the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Next, here just I will write statement 8. Statement 8. Now here I am going to write, create some exception here, 10 by 0. Now is there any handling technique here? Not there. So the program is going to be terminated abnormally. Now if we want to write some statement, if we want to handle this type of exception, again once again we have to write what here? Try. For this try, what we have to place here? Except. Okay, just I will write some print statement 11 or 9, some for example, statement 9. Now see, observe the case. 1 minute. Okay. Now see what happens. Is there any problem? No problem. Reason is what? Here there is no concept of exception. Exception is not raised here. So whenever there is an exception is raised here, there is an except block for that. So we are coming here. These are the different cases that we can have for the nested try. This is the flow we can see. Okay. So in next session, we will see about how to create our own exception. Okay. And different try, except, else, finally blocks. When we have to take else, when we have to take except block, how many finally blocks can be there, how many except blocks will be there, how many else blocks can be there for single try. All these remaining concepts will be seen in our next session. Thank you.